Hey, I hope you're having a good start to your day, and today we are going to be covering the top 5 defenders in Rainbow Six Siege. Now, if you know the other day, I made a top 5 attackers list, so it's only natural we do the defenders next. Now, you will likely disagree with some of my opinions here, and that's totally fine. Let me know what you think in the comments, and I would love to have a discussion with you. With that said, let's go ahead and start the video. Starting our list off at number 5, we have Smoke. Smoke can fill the roles as aerial denial and an anchor, and he comes with the toxic canisters. Smoke's toxic canisters can be deployed on any surface, and once you activate them, they will release a toxic gas. If an attacker tries to go through it, they will take damage, and they will make a loud coughing noise. However, to properly play Smoke, there's a few things you need to do. Considering the fact you come with a primary shotgun, one of your roles is to make rotates and head holes. So example, here on Cash, you have to make the rotate into Cash from top red, and usually some head holes would go right here, depending on what rank you play in. My favorite thing about Smoke is that he is so versatile. One, he comes with a deployable shield, so that directly complements his anchoring playstyle. And with that shield, you can use your toxic canisters to deny area from the attackers on power positions. And not to mention, Smoke comes with probably the best loadout in the entire game, that being the M590 shotgun that you can find as a primary option, and my personal favorite weapon in the entire game, that being the SMG-11 with his incredible fire rate, very low recoil, especially if you're running compensator, admitted low magazine size, but that doesn't really matter because everything else compensates for that. Yeah, despite his role as being an anchor, he can frag out if he really needs to. And like I've said before, he comes with a deployable shield, so anchoring is very easy. Pair that with his amazing gadget that delays time for the attackers and can potentially kill them, I think Smoke is a contender to be one of the best operators in the entire game, and that's why he's on this list right now. However, if you don't have anything protecting your shield, then you're basically a sitting duck, and that's where our number 4 spot comes into. Coming in at our number 4 spot is Jaeger, and I'm going to be honest, this is a little bit cliche. However, with Jaeger's primary gadget, that being the ADS, he can directly help Smoke with his shield and defend it completely. The ADSs can stop any projectile that is not a drone, capital bolt, or gridlock track stingers in its radius and will completely destroy them. And the only way to destroy the shield is by an explosive of some kind, and every explosive in the game, even a Gon 6, which is technically a gun, will be captured by Jaeger's ADSs. Now, you may be saying, well, Wamai can do the same thing. But the thing about Wamai is that whatever he catches will just be lashed onto and it will still be activated. So if it's a frag grenade, it will still go off. But with Jaeger's ADSs, it will just be completely destroyed as if it never even existed to begin with. But you don't have to use the ADSs to protect the shield. You can place it in positions that you're going to be holding, and if they try to nade you or flash you, it doesn't matter. It will be caught by the ADS and it will be destroyed. But however, if we're talking about the fragging department, Jaeger is a little bit lacking, I would be honest. First up, he comes with a 416 carbine, which does have pretty low damage for an assault rifle, but the fire rate does kind of make up for it. However, it is not the fastest with only 26 rounds in the mag, and the recoil may be hefty to some players, especially if you're a newer one. However, I assure you, once you learn the recoil, it's really not that bad. For his other primary option, he comes with the highly underrated M870 shotgun, which has a very fast pump time, insane range, not as insane as a Supernova, but with very good damage, and with 7 rounds in the mag. It is a very good shotgun, and y'all are sleeping on it. And for his only secondary option, he comes with the P12 handgun, which is pretty average, I'm going to be honest. Nothing special about it, but there's nothing inherently wrong with it either. And for his secondary gadgets, he comes with barbed wire and BP chems, and I'm going to be honest, depending on what site you're going, really dictates what you should bring, and that obviously depends if your teammates are also bringing bulletproof camera and barbed wire, so again, depends on what's going on. Now, I'm going to be honest, the number 5 and number 4 spot are probably the most balanced operators on this list. However, on number 3, number 2, and number 1, these are some of the most broken defenders in the entire game right now, so a little heads up. Some of you will not be shocked that Valkyrie is number 3. Some of you will be shocked that she is number 3 and not number 1. And you newer players are probably shocked that she's on this list and why she's banned in ranks so much, and I'm going to explain why. Valkyrie's primary gadget is these stupid little cameras that you can place on any surface, and obviously they're cameras. The main reason why they are so strong is because look how small it is. Because of how small it is, I can get away by placing it in stupid spots. It's going to be harder for an attacker to immediately notice it, so that's why Valkyrie is so strong, and also you can place Valkyrie cams under stupid objects like this, and again, it is harder for the attackers to see stuff like this. They have to bring IQ in order to find most of these cameras, and there's even dumber spots that you can place them, to the point that you have to bring IQ at that point. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest, it's just that simple. She comes with 3 of the cams, they are tiny, you can place them in stupid spots. That's it. That's why Valkyrie's on this list, that's why she spends so much. And it doesn't help that she also has some decent weapons. To start, she comes with the MPX SMG that does not have a 1.5, unlike Warden, but it still has a good fire rate, emitted low damage, but incredibly low recoil even with the angled grip, and it has a good magazine size. I'm not going to talk about her primary shotgun, but I will talk about her secondary deagle, which is very good at killing people because it does solid damage because it's a 50 cal, and like I said, since it's a 50 cal, it does great destruction to soft surfaces. As for her secondary gadgets, she comes with the C4 charges and the impact grenades, and this is a clear choice. Most of the time, you're going to want to bring the C4. Yeah, I'm going to be honest, Valkyrie is a very simple operator to learn. If you do not have her yet, if you're a newer player, I 100% recommend you get her, because the MPX is pretty fun, her gadget is busted in my opinion, and she's overall a good operator, so there's really no reason not to bring her, but she's not as busted as the number 2 spot. Coming at the number 2 spot is Azami, and I'm going to be honest, out of every operator I have talked about so far, Azami is probably the most complicated to learn. That is strictly due to her gadget, that being the deplorable Kiba barrier. A popular area I see a lot of people playing Azami is Raptors on Clubhouse, and as for the Kiba barriers, this is what they do. Well, it's called a barrier for a reason, and it deploys barriers. And if you notice at the bottom right, they recharge over time with in total 5 of them. Now, a little thing to know about the Kiba barriers is that they interact with the environment. So, depending on where I'm aiming when I'm employing the Kiba is dictated by how big it will be. If you notice, this Kiba is much smaller than this one, and that's because of the angle I shot it at. So, let's say I aim it up here, it's going to be the full amount. Now, if I aim it right here, you see parts of it gets cut off, so it interacts with the environment. Also, this is not necessarily a bad idea with the Kiba, because now the attackers are forced to prone, and I'm going to be honest, proning in this game is a death sentence. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, she's basically a better castle, and you're not necessarily wrong. However, there is a few ways for the attackers to deal with the Kiba barriers, by either going up to the Kiba barrier and meleeing them 3 times, just like that, or by destroying it with an explosive of some kind. So like Ash charges, Sophia rounds, Gaunt 6, frag grenades, stuff like that. To sum up, a zombie's gadget is 5 deployable shields that doesn't have the little windows in them, but that doesn't mean they're bad. Play them like deployable shields and you'll know exactly what I mean. They are very strong in the right hands, and especially placed in the right places, they are insanely busted and so annoying to deal with. It also doesn't help the attacker's case that she comes with a very frag heavy loadout. Not going to talk about her shotgun because it's not really that good in my opinion, but what is really good is her VSN SMG. It comes with good damage, solid fire rate, good magazine size, and relatively low recoil. However, it does not come with a 1.5 like what the Chunka has now, especially doesn't have a 2 times. Thank God she doesn't have a 2 times. And like Valkyrie, she also comes with a deagle. And also like Valkyrie, she comes with impact grenades, so she can make rotates, and with her deagle she can make head holes. There's pretty much nothing Azami can't do. If you still don't believe me, Azami is at least top 3 right now, then go ahead and watch some Pro League matches. She'll either be banned or completely abused, and there's nothing to hate about Azami. She comes with an amazing gadget, which is just basically 5 deployable shields. I mean, come on guys, deployable shield is the best secondary gadget, and she comes with 5 of them. She also comes with an incredible SMG, a good secondary handgun, and impact grenades. There is nothing to hate about Azami, but she's not as good as number 1. Solas is the number 1 spot and the best operator in the entire game, because with a click of a button, you get free information for absolutely no reason and no risk at all. Solas comes with the RU gadget, and like I said, with one click of a button, you can detect any attacker's electronics within a 13-meter radius. That includes the phones when the attackers are on the drone, that includes the Finka boost, that includes Lion using his ED1D, that also includes Nook using her gadget. I mean, come on, you get free information. How is she not number 1? Literally the other day when I was droning outside of a building, like in ranked, Solas jumped out the window because with a click of a button, she knew exactly where I was, and I couldn't do anything because I was defenseless, and I was trying to drone to help my team get information and potentially plant the defuse. I mean, what more can I say? I can't drone when Solas is on the board. Just like Valkyrie, she's basically a branded operator, because you don't have to put any effort into your gadget to use it. So how is she not number 1? And it doesn't help that she comes with a frag-heavy loadout. Again, just like a zombie and Valkyrie, she comes with the impact grenades, so she can make rotate, and the fact that she can detect the attackers planting diffuser, she can impact below and stop the attackers from planting. By the way, if you impact an attacker when they're planting, they will get off the defuse, so that could save you some time and even win you around. And she comes with the highly underrated P90 SMG that has low recoil, especially with the compensator. Again, compensator is my favorite right now. And it has 50 rounds in the mag with an incredibly fast fire rate. But, admittedly, it has low damage. But that doesn't matter in a game with one-shot headshots. And she comes with Mira's primary shotgun, which is not a biased shotgun by any means, especially if you need to make rotates or head holes, yada yada. And you can easily run it because you also come with the SMG-11, which I argue is the best gun in the entire game right now. And not to mention, if you are a fragger, you have no troubles playing Solas, and she's also an incredible roamer because she can detect drones, and let's be honest, information is key, that's why she's even number 1. But this video is already 11 minutes, and I'm not going to keep you here any longer because you probably want to go play the game or do something else. So with that said, I'm going to say this at the end of the video. If you're interested in any of the operators that I talked about here, I made a dedicated how-to to play them, so go check out the plays because they will be there. And with that, I have covered almost every operator, so with that, you might find your new favorite operator. And with that said, I hope you like what I make, and if you do, it would be appreciated if you subscribe. At the time of me making this video, I am very close to 800 subs, and close to that big number 1000. So all of your support really does help out the channel. With that said, I hope you have a good day or a good night, and goodbye.